The ancient Greek philosopher Heraclitus is credited with the idea that change is a constant. I think many of us who work in the modern business world would resonate with that idea. In the last 20 years or so, though, a new word has started to appear in the vocabulary to replace the change word. It's a buzzword called transformation. According to recent literature, the transformation word is the least understood word and the most overused word in business today. So what exactly is a transformation? In my experience, a transformation requires three things. It needs to be a significant dramatic change, it requires experimentation, and it requires urgency, and it requires all three of those to be present. Let me run through each one individually. The first distinguishing feature of transformation is that it needs to deliver a significant, dramatic, visible change. Think of the caterpillar becoming a butterfly. Think of the tadpole becoming a frog. After these metamorphoses, there is clearly a visible change in appearance looking from the outside. There is also significant change in terms of the features and functions. In some ways, it's entirely different. The second distinguishing feature of a transformation is that it requires experimentation. The reason it requires experimentation is to achieve a transformation, we need to go down an unknown path, a path we haven't been down before, a path where we don't know what we don't know what will work and what won't work, and it requires an experimentation mindset for us to be successful in transforming. The third distinguishing feature of a transformation is that it requires a sense of urgency. In many cases, a transformation requires a red-hot burning platform to get us to go down such a transformative path. Think of the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. It needs to change in order to procreate and safeguard the species. Companies that are in significant financial distress need urgent action in order to survive. Let me tie those three things together in a real-life experience that I was in about 10 to 15 years ago when I started running a contact center. The contact center, when I started, delivered more detractors than promoters. It had a deeply negative net promoter score. Think about that for a minute. There would be more happy people in the world if that contact center didn't even exist, right? So the customers who called the contact center frequently complained to our CEO and board, and there were even death threats delivered from unhappy customers. That was a red-hot burning platform. So what we did is we looked at the root causes and we found everything was wrong. The staff, the systems, the skills, the metrics, the culture, everything had serious issues associated with it. We tried to analyze where to start. We tried to analyze how is it that we can fix this, and we couldn't figure it out. And so we decided to run some experiments. We tried a few changes here and there to see what worked and what didn't. It took a while for us to work through a series of pilots and get the recipe right. But after 3 years, that contact center was delivering world-class customer experiences where it was quite common at the end of a phone call for a customer to ask the agent, "Hey, what is your name? What is your phone number? I'd like to put you in speed dial." And when the agents at the end of the call maybe tried to sell a customer like an extended service plan or a product or whatever they thought was suitable given what they'd been talking to the customer about, the acceptance rate of those offers became off the charts. We compared it to anything that we'd seen inside our company in the past, any benchmarks we could find outside the company, and we couldn't find a contact center that was as good at selling as this contact center was. And so there it is. We had the burning platform. We had the experimentation. We had, at the end of it, transformed a contact center from what was a liability to an asset, from what was a center point for complaints and death threats to one that was a halo for the company in terms of the praise that we got from it. It transformed from being seen internally as a cost center to a profitable sales channel. And if a customer called in, before the 3 years and after the 3 years, it was unrecognizable. If you walked around inside the contact center, it was unrecognizable. There were happy, smiling faces. The culture was clearly positive. There was a vibe. The people who worked there were happy because they knew that they were delivering a great experience to their customers and felt a sense of satisfaction because of that. So a dramatic and visible change that required us to travel down an unknown path, required an experimentation mindset. It required us to have a sense of urgency and a burning platform from inside in order to be able to do that. So if you have any questions or thoughts about this, please leave them in the comments. Thank you.